Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Sally Pinto and I'm from the Yonkers Newark Neighborhood Naturally Occurring Retirement Community. We launched back in January of 2020 and we're here to serve seniors 60 plus in Northeast Yonkers. We have lots of fun programs and activities, and we also have a lot of resources for you as well. Our programs include meditation chair yoga, body mind fitness, bingo, and any other programs that you might be interested, like arts and gardening. We have our resource specialist, Alexa Smith, who can help you with finding services and activities out there for you, as well as our nurse, Barbara Simone, who can help answer your health-related questions. We're here for you, we're here for our community, and we look forward to seeing you in our programs. Enjoy.
Hello, everybody. I'm Alexa Smith, the resource specialist with the Yonkers Newark. I'm here to help with application assistance, referrals for home delivered meals, and transportation services will be coming soon. We also offer Zoom activities and Zoom programs. And if you have any other questions or concerns, I'm here to help. Thank you so much and enjoy the program.
Welcome. I'm Barbara Simone, registered nurse. I recently retired from Westchester County's Health Department as a public health nurse. I am now here to try to assist you with any medical or preventive care issues. Enjoy this program, and I'm looking forward to working with you.
Everybody, as always, what a gift to be here with you all. It always seems to be a special morning for me when Karl reaches out a few days before and says, hey, can you come in and cover the class? He keeps me on my toes, keeps me flexible and adaptable. I think, as we were just saying a little bit, for me, that's been the name of the game in 2020. I could not have imagined, I think most of us couldn't, what our lives would look like. And so staying adaptable in spirit, staying mobile in body is the key for me lately. And how we do that are these wonderful workouts. So it's a great gift to be here. I'm going to take a little chance here. I just heard there was a mention of a sort of a quote sharing or something like that. I've been redesigning this space clearly, trying to get the lighting right. I got a halo light over here. I got another lamp over here, microphone overhead. We're trying to do our best. This is all new for me. So I'm working on developing this space, as you could see. We'll stay attentive to where my feet are, where my hands are, what you could see, and try to make it best for you. But as I was designing the space, I was looking around my room and I had a beautiful piece of art that a student, I used to teach in a high school, a student once made for me. And it's a J.M. Barrie quote. He was the author of sort of the Peter Pan stories. And I just think it's a beautiful quote. And yeah, the student sort of hand drew this for me. And it says, I guess it's probably reversed on your screen, but God gave us memory so that we might have roses in December. And that's that beautiful insight that our memories can be a big source of hope for us, a big source of encouragement, a big source of love and joy. And in these dark days, we're just 2 days past the winter solstice on December 21st. In these dark days, it's important to keep bringing that light into our hearts, into our bodies, and into our minds. And that's what we're going to do today. So hopefully by now, if you've been with me a few times, you know some of my style. I'll keep explaining what the movements and goals are as we go through, but we'll start off with some basic warming up and some stretching. We'll get moving, get the blood flowing. Then we'll do that Tabata workout Karl loves to put us through and is a great tool for me. That's just a 2-to-1 work to rest ratio. So we'll work for about 40 seconds, rest for about 20 seconds. And we'll do 5 rounds of those, 3 or 4 times, depending on how many we fit in. The first 2 will be in the chair. And then the last 1 or 2, again, depending on the timing and how we're feeling, the last 1 or 2 will be standing. All of these movements are intended to be adaptable for you. Do what's comfortable. Go to where you feel comfortable. Find the practices and movements that help you to feel your best. In the morning, we're tight, we're sore, we're tired, we're cranky, whatever it is. Do the movements that help us to get into that space of good feeling, of feeling loose and mobile, happy and energized. And that's what you're looking for in these exercises. I want you to really start to take control over what feels good for you. And so if something's working, use it throughout the week. Use it as part of your morning warm-up, whatever it is. If something's not working, I'll give you options, or just take a break for a minute, do some deep breathing. That's totally fine as well. Just a quick reminder, we want to definitely be drinking water. Always taking big sips of this throughout. Staying hydrated. And then if you're looking to add some variability to your workouts, if the workouts have been feeling good and you're ready to press a little bit forward, I keep recommending these. They work for me very well. Just a little water bottle, if you have it. Again, no pressure, just a little water bottle, a little weight, something to squeeze, something to focus on that will add some dynamic elements to your workouts. The other tip I've heard is bags of rice or something like that. They'll make a lot of noise, so I'm not going to do them too much today because you might not be able to hear me. But for you on your end, to sort of hold these and squeeze these as they're moving around, good for the wrist, good for the fingers. If your wrists and fingers and forearms are tight, sore, need to get loosened up, that'll be great for you there. And then I got some other toys myself. As I said, I've been turning this into a little bit of a workout space for me. So now we'll get started. We're going to start off just doing some stretching, warming up, then that Tabata, and then we'll finish with a meditation experience focused appropriately just after the darkest day of the year on light and bringing light into our body, into our minds. So just to start off, we're just going to get loose. We're going to start off with some light stretching just with our neck. Let's do some gentle neck circles. Whichever direction you want to go in, we'll go the opposite direction in a moment. Just getting moving, being slow and gentle with our range of motion. And now let's go the other way. And we're going to move down through our body. So next we're going to think about our shoulders and our upper back. And so let's pause there. And we're going to take our left arm, pull it across our body. Again, gently, just getting a nice stretch. Always throughout all these movements, we're focusing on posture and focusing on our breath. Once you feel that you have the movement under control and you feel comfortable in it and it feels good for you, that's the time to then focus a little bit more on deep breathing and good posture. So keep that stretch for a moment. But as I'm doing this, I'm trying to keep my body upright and alert, good posture. I'm often sort of sitting on the edge of my chair to remind me of that. But if the chair support is good for you, definitely feel free to use that. Now let's return to center and then bring our right arm across our body. Just a gentle stretch, getting things loose and moving. Good, and release that. And now we're gonna give ourselves a nice big hug, and we're gonna moving just from our torso, we're gonna try to stretch at the torso. So my feet are staying flat on the floor, my knees are not moving to the side. The movement is purely coming from my midsection. Don't overstretch on this. The stretching is coming from your torso. Wherever you feel a good stretch in your torso, that's where you wanna get to. Hold that for a few more seconds. And then let's go to the right side. You could sort of switch the positions of your arms, if that's comfortable. If right arm over the top feels good, if left arm over the top feels good, find what feels good for you on this movement. Just focus on stretching at that torso. Good, and then we can return to center. Moving down now to our hips. We're gonna hinge open at our legs. So I'm just gonna try to, again, remaining facing forward. Now my torso is forward, my chest is forward, my right leg is gonna be forward. Just put this leg out to the side, trying to remain forward, your torso and your chest, and this leg forward, just getting this hip loosened up. We're gonna use some hip movement today, so we wanna get that moving comfortably right now. So just go to where you can and then sit upright and alert and good comfortable breathing, feeling relaxed but engaged in these movements. We want to be energized but not stressed, and finding that balance in your workout is your goal for the day. I'll give you the movements. You find that relaxed but energized position, movement, and we'll have a great day. So bring this leg back to the center. Now we're gonna bring our right leg out. Left leg facing forward, chest facing forward, all my body is facing forward, and we're just seeing where that leg could get to. Should feel a bit of a stretch on the outside of your leg. Good posture, upright and alert, breathing deeply in through your nose and out through your mouth in these movements. And then bring that right leg back to the center here. Now we're going to just start doing a little bit of a continuous movement. So not that Tabata yet. Don't worry about timing or reps or even how long you go. Just go to where you feel comfortable and start to feel warm. We're going to do what I call a yawn stretch. It's the classic sort of picture of what yawning looks like in the morning. You'll see this in a moment. Let me just move back slightly. I'm going to have my palms facing center. Okay, hands right in front of me, palms facing center. And then you're going to reach up over your face and out to the side. Nice big circle. So your palms, when they're inside you, when they're sort of close into your body, are facing in. And then whenever you feel comfortable to spread them facing out, do that in the movement. So this is just like a big yawn. It's circular, it should be comfortable. The movement is coming from our shoulders. If it's a little bit tighter for you right now, just start with a narrower circle. It could just be in here a little bit. Nice and slow, does not need to be a fast or vigorous movement. We're getting our shoulders, our arms, our biceps, our neck, and our torso all warmed up. Okay, good. Pause, hold there for a second. We're going to come back to that in a second, but now we're going to start sort of a continuous flow movement with our legs. And I'm going to just have you tap places with your toe back and forth between your right and left legs. So right leg out in front, left leg out. And let's just sit on the front of our chair and you're just tapping with your toe wherever you could get to. Just comfortable, flowing movement, tapping with your toe out front. Just getting our blood flowing. No need to move too vigorously through this movement. Should be comfortable, just getting you warm and our legs warmed up. So we're tapping out front. Okay, pause there a second. Back to this good morning yawn stretch. So remember, palms facing in towards your face as your arms come up through the center of your body. And then as you reach out overhead, palms face out. Wherever the range of motion feels good for you. But as you're getting more comfortable, trying to expand that circle, reaching farther out to the sides, feeling movement in your shoulders and your elbows, warming up your arms, your chest, your shoulders, your back. Keep flowing with that nice and comfortably. Nothing that causes pain or uncomfortability. Good, pause there. Back to leg taps. Now we're going to go out to the side. So this might have you shifting a little bit more around your chair. We're going to go right out to the right, to the left, out to the right, to the left. Okay, so just keep that moving nice and comfortably wherever you could get to. If it's just a little bit outside your chair, that's good for now. Trying to get the movement coming from our legs. I know I got a little bit of a sweat glisten going. I can feel my breath starting to pick up. My body's getting loose. That's getting all those good endorphins and stuff flowing through our body. This is how we start off a good meditation and a great day. Touching out to the side, just touching gently with our toes. Just touching gently with our toes. Good. Now we're going to do a continuous movement of tapping with our upper body. So we'll do alternating arms. At first, I just want you to tap your own shoulder, going to where it's comfortable. So it might be right on the front of your shoulder or in your chest. It might be on the top of your shoulder, going to where it's comfortable. Tapping your own shoulder and reaching farther back as you go. So as you're doing this movement, if you could get more onto your back and your neck, depending on your level of mobility. You might still be up front on your chest, that's fine. But if this is feeling good and you're feeling loose, trying to tap more on your back. This is opening up our rib cage, our chest, expanding everything. We spend a lot of our life hunched over. This is trying to expand our body, open it up. Now I want you to reach and now start doing cross. So start close again, tapping just on the front side of your body. Just tapping the opposite shoulder. So left arm to right shoulder, right arm to left shoulder. But again, as this starts to feel more comfortable and you're feeling warmed up, try to reach a little bit farther. Tap on the top of the shoulder. Tapping on the top of the shoulder. Reaching farther over, trying to tap around more onto your back. Don't go to some place that you hear things start to click or things get uncomfortable. If just staying up front is best for you, you know that's fine with me. I'm not here to tell you exactly what to do. I'm here to share with you what I've experienced and what works good for me and what I've learned. And then you translate that for what works best for you. Okay? Why don't we pause there? We've been moving a lot. The breath is starting to flow, hopefully. Maybe you feel a little sweat glistening. Everything's starting to get loosened up. And we're ready now to move into more of our Tabata style workout. Good reminder to take a good gulp of water, stay hydrated. And we got 5 movements we're gonna do seated, and we'll do 2 rounds of that. The first thing we're gonna do is overhead press. So this is a great movement. If you got a couple water bottles to work those in, pressing overhead. That'll be our first movement, 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. Our next movement will be leg extensions. So good squeeze, toe pointing up to the sky. I'll talk you through the specific cues and stuff as we do them, but that's the next movement is leg extensions. Then we're gonna do horizontal rows. Another great exercise for water bottles or bags of rice if you got them. No worries if you don't. This is just an extra way to customize your workout at home. So then we're gonna do rows. Then we're gonna do butterfly kicks. So to do that, we'll lean back in our chair a little bit more and we're gonna kick our legs out. I'm gonna have a little bit more of a challenging variation for you today. If you've been working out with us for a while and these are starting to feel pretty good to you, we can lean back even more into a bicycle kick. And I'll show you that from the side and I'll give you some cues. That's a tougher move. If you're not ready for it, you'll stick with the flutter kicks. I'll talk you through that when we get there. And then we're gonna finish with our favorite marches. I love marches, opposite leg, opposite knee coming up, 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. That's our Tabata. I'll give you the cues as we go through those movements, 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. I'll give you the timing. You work as you can. If you need a break, take a breath. That's fine with me if it's good for you. So we'll get started with those overhead press. Good movement for water bottles. In 3, 2, 1. We're doing 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. Sorry, we're doing both arms overhead today. I just was doing alternating, but we're going to do both arms at the same time today. We'll work in alternating movements next time I'm with you. But for today, both arms at the same time. Reaching overhead. Palms facing where comfortable. Palms should be facing out from you if possible. But if you need to go to a more of a neutral with your palms facing inward, that's fine too. And we got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, those are our overhead press. Now we got 40 seconds of leg extensions. I'm gonna turn to the side. So my toes pointing up to the air, up to the sky as you can see. And we're just gonna get a good squeeze, alternating legs. Toes pointing up, good squeeze, alternating legs. And get going in 3, 2, 1. You should feel both the contraction in your quad, that big muscle sort of on the top of your leg, but also a stretch on the underside in your hamstrings and your calves. So good squeeze. We're not rushing through this movement. On the flutter kicks next, that'll be a little bit more vigorous of a movement. But for right now, a good squeeze in the quad and a good stretch in the hamstring and the calf. Try to point that toe up to the sky. That'll get that calf stretch in there. And we'll pause in 3, 2, 1. Okay, next up, we're gonna have rows. Good posture, and I'll show you from the side again. Good posture. I like to sit on the edge of my chair for a lot of these. But we're sitting upright, good horizontal rows, squeeze at the back, shoulders coming back, chest opening up as we move through this. And we're just gonna do good steady reps right there, starting in 3, 2, 1. I'm sure everyone's looking great out there, treating yourself with generosity and compassion, treating your body with care and consideration. Got about 10 more seconds of work here. Three, 2, 1. I'm going to stay seated at the side so you can see me from the side on this. The basic movement is our flutter kick that we've done before. So you sit back in the chair a little bit, brace yourself on the side, and you'll flutter kick your legs out. So that's going to engage the core a bit, and our legs will be moving a little bit more quickly. We could start that in a moment. If you're looking for something a little bit more challenging, if that feels comfortable and you're feeling good this morning, bicycle kicks might be good for you. I'm going to sit even more towards the front of the chair, lean back a little bit more, and then pretend like I'm riding a bicycle. That's engaging the core a lot. Legs are getting a deeper workout. It's difficult. I will say that. So if it's not for you today, that's fine. Stick with those flutter kicks, leaning back and just kicking out. And we'll start that in 3, 2, 1. Flutter kicks out. Maybe you do this on the first set, and then you move to the bicycle kicks on the next set, or not at all today. That's fine with me if it's good for you. You should feel nice tightness in your core, hips engaged, quads working hard. Let's work for another 10. 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds of rest. Our last movement is our marches. Opposite hand reaching up, left opposite leg coming up from the knee, and then going to the other side. Good march, sitting on the edge of our chair as we like to, good posture. Coming to the end of our 20 seconds of rest here, and we'll start into marches in 3, 2, 1. Looking good out there, reaching high, trying to get those knees up, arms going up more into a more vigorous range of motion as we're getting comfortable, as we're getting warmed up. We're gonna work for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a break there. That's our first set of Tabata. We have our overhead press, our leg extensions, our rows, our flutter kicks, or our bicycle kicks if we're feeling good on those today, and then our marches. We're gonna repeat that one more time, take a little break, allow me to catch my breath so I can say words that make a bit of sense, hopefully. But we'll start that next round of Tabata in a moment. I'm sure you're all doing well. Remember to drink our water, stay loose, stay flexible. If a movement's not working for you, deep breathing is a great thing to do. Rest for a moment, catch your breath. The great thing about learning to breathe gently in our workouts is when we're out in that real world out there, where things get crazy and nutty and people are mean and then considering all that sort of stuff, when we might be apt to start breathing heavily, start getting angry or tired or frustrated or whatever it might be. If we can take our deep breaths in our workout, we'll be able to take our deep breaths later when it feels like we're working out in the world somewhere, whatever it is, wherever we might be. So with that little thought in mind, let's go to our second round of seated Tabata. We got our 5 exercises. I know you're ready to go. I'm ready to go. We're doing overhead press simultaneously, so not alternating. And we'll start in 3, 2, 1. So going overhead. Palms facing out if you can, but if neutral, palms facing in feels more comfortable, that's fine as well. If you do happen to have a water bottle or a bag of rice or something, just be sort of squeezing it as you're going through. Feel your fingers, your wrists, your forearms participating in the movement. We'll break in 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to do leg extensions. Remember, this is a good squeeze, toe pointing up to the sky, and we'll start that in a few seconds. Good squeeze at the quad. You'll feel a stretch in your calf and in your hamstring. And we'll start that in 3, 2, 1. Toe pointing up to the sky. Good squeeze in the quad, stretch in the calf, stretch in the hamstring. Remembering to breathe comfortably. Remembering to keep good posture as we're going through these movements. This is both a gift to our body to feel good in the morning, and it's training for out in the world when we can more ably calm our breathing, help to control our emotions. And we'll pause from leg extensions in 3, 2, 1. We got a bit of rest, and then we'll do our rows. Good comfortable breathing. Oh yeah, remembering to smile. That's something I often love to remind us. Smile throughout these exercises. Don't make this be painful. It shouldn't be drudgery. You're giving such a beautiful gift to yourself to be out here on Zoom with me in the morning. Let's allow this to be a joyful experience for us. And so to do that, we'll do rows, horizontal rows, getting started in 3, 2, 1. Elbows nice and high, parallel to the ground. Pulling, getting a good squeeze at the back. I'll just turn to the side so you can see that. Good squeeze at the back. Not rushing through this movement. 3, 2, 1. We'll take a pause. Okay, our next movement are those flutter kicks or bicycle kicks. Remembering that those bicycle kicks are a bit more of a challenge. So definitely don't push on those if you're not feeling up to it today, but it is a great workout. It's gonna get me going. I'll turn to the side so you can see that. Okay, and remember our first is just flutter kicks. If that's comfortable for you. If that's not even comfortable, do another set of leg extensions. That's good for me. But if we can reach back, deeper lean, and a good bicycle kick out, let's give that a try. If you're up for it, we'll start in 3, 2, 1. If you're sticking with those flutter kicks, remember, we're still here. And that's fine. And we'll keep working for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A little bit of rest. We'll finish our second set of seated Tabata with our marches. We're going to progress to standing. We're going to have a transitional movement. I'm going to keep you on your toes today. We're going to have a little bit of a transitional movement, and then we'll get to standing. And we're working towards the end of our workout. We're working towards that beautiful meditation period in a few moments. But first, we got one more set on our seated Tabata, seated marches. Okay, so getting nice and into it. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Working hard here for another 10 seconds, guys. Good posture, steady breathing, big smile. Finishing our second set of seated Tabata in 3, 2, 1. Great job, everybody. That is our second set of seated Tabata. Good time for a sip of water. Good time for a deep breath. Good time for a big smile. Okay, next up, we typically move to our standing Tabata. Today, we're going to do a little transitional movement in between. How often do we spend time in our days getting into and out of chairs? We're up and down out of maybe a car, a chair in your house, whatever. These chair workouts, you came somehow and you sat down into a chair, hopefully, and then you're doing this workout with me. So we're going to just practice. We're going to just do sitting to standing. So we're going to try to turn this into a good exercise. And we're going to do this just at our own pace for a minute or so as a transition to warming up, to standing up rather. Sitting on the edge of our chair, good posture, and just getting up and down. Reaching our butt back in order to sit down. So start moving whenever you're comfortable along with me. This won't be a Tabata exactly. I'm not going to give you that 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. Just getting up and down as you can. It's a movement we do a lot. Let's turn this into a healthy movement for us by coming from our hips, from our glutes, from our hamstrings and our quads. That's where we want a lot of the movement coming from. Trying to keep our hands out in front if we can. If you need your hands to give you a little boost and a little comfort, that's fine. But as we're warming up and getting more comfortable with this motion, if our hands could be out in front, that's a good way to work on good balance and to really initiate this movement from our glutes, from our hamstrings, from our quads, which is where we want that to be coming from. If you need a break, remain sitting for a moment, but this will get us ready to do our standing Tabata. Good. Pause there. If you need to take a break on the ground, do that. I'm going to adjust my camera. I could see just a little bit. And that's going to get us, there we go. That's going to get us more ready for, yeah, there we go. That's what we like for our chair, standing chair workouts. So we'll do a Tabata with this, 40 seconds work, 20 seconds of rest. We're going to do a side hip raise. So I'll move around the chair to give you some different angles as we can. Using the chair for our balance if we need it, as we're able to step away and do some of these movements without the use of the chair, that means we're growing. But if right now we need the chair, that's there for our balance, and we could work on pulling our hands away as we go. The first movement, and we'll do 20 seconds on the left and 20 seconds on the right, is just a hip hinge out to the side. So you see me, I got my hands up there for balance. And then the left leg is going out to the side. Everything else in my body is trying to stay upright, good posture. We'll do 20 seconds on the right, on the left rather, and 20 seconds on the right. You can move around your chair, stay in the center, whatever's comfortable for you. That's going to be our first movement. Then we're going to go back to that morning yawn movement that I'm calling it from the start of the workout. We'll be standing when we do this, but this will be tough to fit in the full frame. That same movement where we go like that. Okay, palms facing in and overhead. That'll be our second movement in this week's Tabata. Then we're going to do squats using the chair. I'll give you the cues when we get there. Use the chair, whatever's comfortable. And then we'll do some more rows. We could add a bent over portion to this if we're comfortable. And then we're going to work on our balance, which is something I've done with you the last few times. We're just going to try to hold that leg up in the air for 40 seconds. And then 40 seconds on the other side. Those are our Tabata movements for the standing. I'll give you the cues as we move through. Use the chair as is comfortable and useful for you. As you're feeling confident, try to use the chair less. So we'll get started with 40 seconds of work and 20 seconds of rest. We'll do 20 on each side. We're going to do those side hip raises. So just to show you what it looks like from the center, going out to where we could get 20 seconds on the left. We'll begin in 3, 2, 1. So we're getting 20 seconds on the left, then we'll switch over to the right side, 20 seconds, then we'll break for 20 seconds. If you need the chair right in front of you, that's fine. If it could be a little bit away from you, that's teaching your body to do a little bit more of the work on its own. But we're growing towards that, not rushing towards that. Let's switch over to the left side, or to the right side rather. I'll figure out my sides one of these days. Moving right into this next movement. To the right side. Nice, steady movement. And we'll work for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now standing, we're gonna do that good morning stretch. Palms, you could of course use the chair for balance if you need it, but palms facing towards, facing towards your face. As soon as you get overhead, the palms face forward, okay? So just a big wide circle with our arms, opening up our chest. You should feel that whole chest expanding as we go through this. 40 seconds of movement on this. Beginning 3, 2, 1. Good posture as we go through this, standing upright and alert. Comfortable breathing. This should be a comfortable flowing movement. No pain on this one. Nothing should be hurting too much, feeling too uncomfortable. We should be opening our chest, opening our shoulders. Work for another 5 seconds on this, guys. 3, 2, 1. Wonderful. Then we're going to move into our squats. So using the chair if we need it, stepping a little bit away from it as we feel comfortable. Movement coming by, initiating by our hips sinking back. Good squat position wherever you could get to. If it's just right there today, that's your movement today. We'll grow over the coming weeks. We'll get started in 3, 2, 1. I'll tell you what, I might have made a little bit of a mistake myself. I worked out my legs yesterday. So this movement right now, it's a little bit tough for me this morning. But I'll stick with you guys if you stick with me. You got another 10 seconds or so. Three, 2, 1. Now we got rows. We were doing those seated before, strictly horizontal. If that's where you want to be today, that's fine. If you could get a little bent over, but a good bend over, we don't want to round over at our back. If you could reach your hips back slightly, and that's a comfortable, good posture position. You don't want to feel any pain in your lower back. If it's making anything feel weird, don't do the bent over version. Just do the standing up version straight up. But if you're ready for a little bit of a bent over row, that's a great movement to do this morning. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Whichever variation you're comfortable with, 40 seconds of work. If this movement's getting a little tired, the bent over version, and you want to come back to standing up, that's a perfectly fine adjustment to make. Working for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wonderful. Friends, I'm looking at the time here, and I do want to give us a good meditation period this morning. So we'll call this just our one standing tapita set for the day, and we'll do a double round on this last one. So we're going to push ourselves a little bit on this. We're going to try to do 40 seconds of balance with our right leg up. And then if you want to switch over to the other side of your chair, 40 seconds of balance with the left leg up. If you could do it without holding on or with just holding on when you need to, that's a lot of good growth. So let's start with our right leg is going to come up. If we could get it to a nice 90-90 position, that's where we'd like to be with the use of a chair, getting to the most comfortable place we can be. Maybe it's just off the ground a little bit. Maybe that's a workout for you this morning. That's good with me. So we're going to try to stay on for about 40 seconds. It'll probably be a little bit less with our right leg up in the air. So let's get started on that in 3, 2, 1. So again, 90-90 if we can, no hands if we can. If we need a little bit of an adjusted movement, that's great. Go to where you can, grow over time. You don't need to be perfect today. You don't need to have this movement perfect today. You just need to be attentive, be aware, and give this great gift to your body and to your heart. Everyone's doing great out there. My glute, my leg, my hip is starting to sort of shake a little bit. I can feel that stability being challenged. And so we'll break in 3, 2, 1. And we'll come over onto the other side, left leg in the air. Let's just take a little breather. So we're nice and strong on this side. And then we got our meditation after that. It's been a great morning, everybody, so far. And we'll finish off with a nice light meditation. I'll sort of talk you through that, and you're going to imagine light working through your body. Darkest days of the year that we're in, but we're coming towards the light. And so let's finish with our left leg up in the air. Good posture, 90-90 if possible. And why don't you start in 2, 1. You get your leg up in the air. Again, 90-90 if we can. No hands if we can, but to the extent that we need other options, that's where I'd like you to be. Chair could be totally in front of you as well. Maybe that's most comfortable. But we're working on our balance, being comfortable a bit more on one leg. That's just picking your toe up off the floor and having a good hand over here, then we're growing. And why don't you pause on that in 3, 2, 1. Excellent, guys. We can return to sitting. And we will conclude with our meditation. So I want you to be sitting upright and alert. We don't want to be falling asleep, but we also don't want to be comfortable. It should be a relaxed attentiveness. I like to have my feet on the floor, not crossing any limbs. Sometimes if you're sitting in a weird way, a football is asleep, something like that. We're trying to have the blood flow around our body evenly, comfortably, and feet on the floor, not crossing any limbs. I like to look at the point on the floor a few feet in front of me or close my eyes if I'm feeling comfortable. I'm going to talk you through some sort of a body check. We'll go from the feet up to our head, and I'll ask you to imagine light and warmth entering all those parts in your body, bringing relaxation and comfort as you're doing some deep, gentle, rhythmic breathing. So you could gently close your eyes if you're comfortable. I just want you to begin by becoming aware of your breathing. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Allow your stomach to expand on the in-breath. Hold that breath for a moment, and then calmly exhale out of your mouth. Breathe in peace and calm and relaxation. Breathe out any fear, worry, or anxiety. If something distracts you or a thought comes to mind, simply let it float away like a cloud on a summer day, and gently return your awareness to your breathing. And now I want you to begin to consciously slow your breathing down with each breath you take. Breathe in through your nose. Allow your stomach to expand. Hold that breath for a moment. And calmly breathe out of your mouth. Now I want you to bring your awareness to your feet. Take a deep breath in. Slowly exhale. Any tension in your feet is being released on the out breath. Now I want you to imagine a white, warm light traveling up now into your legs. And imagine that white, healing, warm light releasing any tension in your calves. Imagine that light continuing up through your body, bringing calm and peace wherever it touches. Imagine that light traveling up through your knees, into your upper legs. Your breathing is slow and rhythmical, and your mind is clear and focused. With each exhale, you feel deeper relaxation, and you feel any tension leaving your feet, your calves, your knees, and your legs. Take a deep breath in, and as you do so, see the light coming in and traveling up through your spine. Imagine your spine filling with light, and that warm, gentle light relaxing all the tension in your discs and joints and back. Breathing in through your nose, allowing your stomach to expand on the in-breath, and gently breathing out of your mouth. Take a deep breath in and bring your awareness to your stomach. Breathing in, allow your stomach to expand with light. Breathing out, release any tension in your stomach. Breathing in the light, I invite you to bring your awareness to your chest. Imagine that healing, gentle, warm light swirling around your heart, releasing any anxieties, tensions, or fears you might be holding on to. Continuing to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Bring your awareness to your throat and your neck. Imagine that white, gentle light swirling around all the tensions in your neck and throat, bringing comfort to anything you might be struggling with in those areas. And then taking a deep breath in, bring your awareness to your face. Allow any tension in your forehead, your eyes, your jaw to relax. as you see that white, gentle, warm light filling your body with comfort and peace. Your body is feeling very relaxed now. Your mind is clear and focused. And for a few minutes on your own, I'd invite you to just gently breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, letting any distractions float away, like a cloud on a summer day. Continuing to breathe in deeply through your nose, allowing your stomach to expand in, and breathing out through your mouth. Breathing in peace and calm, breathing out fear and anxiety. My friends, it's time to begin leaving this meditation. When you feel ready, gently bring your awareness back to your body, into the room you're in. You can gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. You can do a little light neck stretching. A few neck circles one way, a few neck circles the other way. And why don't we do one more of those good morning yawn stretches? Reach up to the top, stretch over the top, come around to the side. Take one more deep breath in and let that fear and anxiety and tension out. And now you're ready to go about your day with joy and confidence and comfortability. It's been such a gift being with you all. We're on the other side of some darkness, my friends. Literally, we're on the other side of the winter solstice. We're heading towards the spring, but I think there's a lot of darkness we're starting to get past hopefully in our world. And I hope you're a vehicle for that light today, for that light in our world, which we're so in need of. It's been a gift to be with you. Blessings and peace to you all, and have a wonderful day. Thank you, Sally and Z. Always a gift to be with you guys.
Hi, everyone. This is Z from Yonkers Public Library. Thanks so much to Sally Pinto and Alexis and Barbara from Newark. Thank you to our community partners, WJCS, the City of Yonkers Office for the Aging, Westchester County Legislator Ruth Walter, Friends of Crestwood Library, and Yonkers Public Library for making this phenomenal partnership. And we thank each and every one of you for being part of our wellness community. Be well, stay well.